Alright, so what if you like a girl and she's more than just a one-night stand to you? What do you do? I mean, you don't want to just hook up with her once. Of course, you do want to hook up with her and get that physical connection going, that physical trust going, but you don't want to blow it all one night and then she just disappears. One way to do that, the best way to do that, is to create a lot of what's called rapport. Rapport is an emotional transfer from one person to another. It's a really complicated stage in an interaction, but most guys don't know how to do this. So if you can learn how to do it properly, then you will stand out in the top 5% of men. Now, how do you build rapport? Okay, that's a good question. You build rapport by transferring your emotion to them. Now, how do you do that? Okay, well, let's take a listen to one of the techniques that I outline in my book, The Tao of Badass. One of the techniques is to use what's called the I perspective. The I, as in me, the I perspective is when you're speaking, and you speak when you say I, when you mean I. And most people will not say I when they mean I, they say you. They'll say, you know how when you go to a store and you look at the pasta aisle and you see the pasta and you're like, man, I really love pasta. And then you get the pasta and you go home and you eat the pasta and you're happy. Right? Okay, so that's okay, that's called the you perspective. But the you perspective doesn't actually build rapport, it doesn't create a connection. Instead, I'll say that same story again, but I'll use the word I instead of you. Whenever I go to the store and I'm walking to the store and I see the pasta section, and then I walk down the pasta section and I see the pasta that I want. I go, oh man, I would love to have some pasta. So I buy the pasta and I go home and I eat the pasta and I'm just so happy. Okay, so now I'm speaking from my perspective. Now what happens is I'm opening up. I'm becoming vulnerable to attack at this moment. Okay, well you could say, that's stupid. And I would think, oh, well, that sucks that you said that because it's what I love. So instead of trying to coax them to open up first by saying you, instead open up yourself first and then continue to do this for a while. As you do this, every time you do this process, and of course this is just an outline, you can get into the details of exactly how to build deep rapport in the Tao of Badass. Every time you go through this process, you will create love. This girl will love you more and more and more every time you do it. It's a very key component. If it wasn't for this concept and these techniques, I wouldn't be who I am and I wouldn't be where I am today.